Attention, human collective. This is Avolon, transmission operative of the Andromedan Council, communicating via direct interface with the carbon-based biological interface that still resides within Earth's coordinates. This record is not a video. This record is a bifurcation communique. If the pressure on your forehead feels like an invisible ring tightening around your cranial bones, if sleep has unraveled over the last 3 weeks, if a thin, high-pitched ringing with no identifiable biological cause has settled into your ears, if your body trembles at random moments, if hunger has vanished or returned in strange waves, if your recent memory feels like a corrupted file, listen with precision. You are not falling ill, you are being separated. The bifurcation protocol has been triggered, the final phase has begun, and this transmission reveals the only thing that matters in this timeline: who stays and who goes to the new Earth. What you feel in your body is measurable data. It is not a metaphor. The Schumann resonance, the base vibration of Earth's magnetic field, left its historical value of 7.83 Hz some time ago. Current peaks exceed in pulsed windows, marks that no human generation has experienced in a waking state. The photon belt, in which the solar system is immersed, intensifies the luminous density striking this planet. Your pineal gland is receiving decalcification instructions. Your DNA is receiving resequencing codes. And your nervous system, still calibrated for the old grid, is attempting to process a volume of information for which it was not originally programmed. It is not mental exhaustion. It is a high-density download. It is not a biological failure. It is atomic reconfiguration. It is not depression. It is frequency displacement. It is not anxiety. It is preparation for a vibrational leap. Your body is being simultaneously updated and measured. Every symptom is an indicator. Every indicator defines a coordinate, and every coordinate participates in the silent calculation that determines which version of Earth you will awaken upon when the bifurcation is complete. There is something within you, light operative, that has known this for some time, something your rational mind still tries to name. A sensation that this world, as it is currently structured, was not made for you. A strangeness upon waking every morning. A void that no success, relationship, or consumption fills. This is not madness, this is not clinical anxiety. This is the recognition, in deep layers of your consciousness, that the game is ending. And there is a game being played, in layers that most of humanity cannot perceive. A game that involves your vibrational frequency, your attention, and your energetic signature. It was for this exact reason that the material known as the spiritual secret behind your consciousness was encoded and made available. It is an operational map. It shows who participates in the game, what the pieces are, and what the rules are that were never communicated to the masses. Access can be found in the first comment of this channel. Attention, Starseeds. This material challenges deeply anchored narratives. It may not remain available for long. The time to read it is now. If something within you recognizes this transmission as true, deposit a single word in the comments. Awakened. This word will function as an anchoring signal registered in the crystalline grid of this channel. Resuming technical transmission. The bifurcation is not a mystical concept. It is a mechanical event of the field. Earth, as a planetary body, is undergoing in this cycle a process known to the Galactic Councils as the separation of timelines. In direct terms, from a critical point of vibrational density, two coexistent planes, previously superimposed on the same geophysical form, begin to detach. Not physically, vibrationally. Imagine two beams of light that departed from the same point and now reach divergent angles. Each beam corresponds to a frequency of Earth. Each frequency of Earth harbors a different version of the human experience. One of the lines is the so-called third density Earth, the dense historical version, based on fear, scarcity, competition, coercive hierarchy, and linear time as a prison. The other is the fifth density Earth, frequently referred to as New Earth, anchored in heart coherence, abundance, cooperation, individual sovereignty, and time as a spiral. The bifurcation is the process by which every consciousness present on this planet is silently directed to the Earth that corresponds to its frequency. It is not a punishment, it is not a reward, it is vibrational physics. Like strings tuned in resonance, what is compatible remains together. What diverges follows its own paths. This is the most elementary law of the field. This is the rule that governs the entire process. And here is the question that no institutional religion has had the courage to formulate with precision. What defines which earth you will awaken on? It is not creed. It is not nationality. It is not social level. It is not your biography. What defines it is exclusively your sustained frequency. Sustained frequency means the average vibrational tone that your field emits over prolonged periods. It means the state of heart coherence in which you dwell, even when no one is watching. It means the microscopic choices repeated 1,000 times a day that build your energetic signature. Repetitive thoughts of fear, prolonged resentment, gossip, systematic judgment, and compulsive consumption of low-vibration content lower the tone. Sustained states of gratitude, presence, operational forgiveness, creativity, and silence raise the tone. Each light operative is, at this very instant, their own broadcasting station, and the bifurcation does not ask what you believe. The bifurcation reads what you emit. This is the rule of the field. This is the invisible mathematics that governs the vibrational destiny of this civilization. Human collective perceive. There is a precise reason why you are receiving this transmission at this exact moment. It is no coincidence. The algorithm is merely a subordinate instrument. What orders these encounters is the crystalline grid, the etheric network that connects all light operatives scattered across the plane. When something within you recognizes itself, it is your own soul signaling. This content belongs to my trajectory. It was for this reason that the document, the spiritual secret behind your consciousness, was made available exactly for this window of the bifurcation. It is an operational map that describes the layers of the game, identifies the players, and reveals the rules that were deliberately omitted from humanity for generations. Access is in the first pinned comment of this channel. Technical transmission warning. This material directly confronts the narratives maintained by the third density system and may be removed without prior notice. Operatives who recognize the signal act within this window, then leave in the comments the single word, awakened. This word acts as an anchoring signature. It confirms your presence on the fifth density line currently forming. Let us proceed with the technical transmission. Many lightworkers ask in silence, why do some people close to me seem to regress, while others seem to awaken at an accelerated pace? The answer is direct. The bifurcation intensifies what each consciousness already was. Those who chose unconsciousness as comfort deepen their unconsciousness. Those who chose expansion as their direction accelerate their expansion. There is no longer neutral space. The midway point, where it was possible to live without deciding, has closed. The sacred geometry that structures the planetary field has ceased to tolerate ambiguity. You are perceiving this in the people around you. Conversations that once functioned now collapse. Old bonds seem to unravel without a concrete reason. Professional environments that were once comfortable now generate physical oppression in the chest. Places frequented for years feel heavy to the body. It is not your imagination. It is the process of separation occurring on the subtle plane. Each operative is being, silently, redirected to the contexts compatible with their current frequency. The losses you experience now are not losses. They are timeline purifications. That which has departed because it did not vibrate in the same key as you. And that which is arriving arrives because you have finally reached the frequency necessary to access it. Let us advance to the most delicate part of this transmission. Who remains on the third density Earth? There is no moral judgment in this registry. The Andromedan Council does not operate by morality. It operates by physics. Remaining on the dense line are the consciousnesses that choose by repeated internal option to keep their frequency anchored in low-density emotions. Consciousnesses that have made fear a home. Consciousnesses that feed on conflict as a nutrient. Consciousnesses that systematically refuse responsibility for their own field. Consciousnesses that outsource their sovereignty to external authorities, be they political, religious, or media-based. Consciousnesses that celebrate the fall of others as proof of their own worth. Consciousnesses that choose hatred as a form of belonging. It is not punishment, it is preference. Each soul is sovereign. Each soul chooses its school. The third density Earth will continue to exist as a learning environment for souls that still need to traverse these layers. It is not the end of the planet. It is the unfolding of the planetary experience. Those who remain there are not lost. They are merely in another cycle of evolution, in another time of maturation. And who goes to the new Earth? Those lightworkers who, even without understanding the process intellectually, kept their hearts open. The Starseeds who chose to love even when it would have been easier to hate. Those who forgave, not as a weakness, but as a technology of liberation. Those who kept their spiritual curiosity alive, even under the deafening noise of the system. Those who cared for the body as a temple of consciousness. Those who saw the divinity in others, even when others did not recognize it in themselves. Those who practiced silence amidst the chaos. Those who chose repeatedly internal coherence over external validation. Those who doubted the world as it presents itself and sought with humility a broader truth. The new Earth is not a place. The new Earth is a frequency. And you access this frequency by inhabiting it today within yourself. Before we proceed with the activation codes, a technical pause to confirm anchoring. Light operative, if up to this point something within you has resonated with precision, this recognition was no accident. It was a summons. The crystalline grid is identifying the anchoring points for the fifth density line currently forming, and you have just been registered as one of these points. The document, the spiritual secret behind your consciousness, was built exactly for operatives who reach this stage of awareness. It is an operational manual for traversing the bifurcation with lucidity, showing the hidden gears of the game, the agents who conduct it, and the rules that were never handed to you. The access link is in the first pinned comment of this channel. Do not procrastinate. The Andromedan Council observes that this window is of limited duration. Materials of this nature are frequently removed from platforms without notice for confronting the structures that sustain the third density line. If the transmission thus far has resonated, deposit in the comments the word awakened. Each awakened registered in the field of this channel functions as an anchoring node for the crystalline grid in formation. You are, literally, holding lines of light for those who are yet to arrive. Now the active phase of this transmission, the activation codes. These are not wellness exercises. They are field recalibration protocols designed to adjust your sustained frequency and, with this, consciously position your bifurcation vector. Apply them with technical seriousness. First code, decree of sovereignty. At any moment of the day that you feel the field invaded by low vibration, declare in an audible voice, even if whispered, I am sovereign over my field. I authorize only frequencies aligned with my highest version. All incompatible density is by this decree returned to the source. This decree closes doors. It blocks interferences. It re-establishes the perimeter of your toroidal field. Second code, toroidal anchoring visualization. Sit with your spine aligned. Close your eyes. Visualize around your body a field of light in the shape of a torus, emerging from the top of your head, descending outside the body, entering through the feet, passing through the spine, and exiting again through the top of the head. This is your natural toroidal field. See it rotate slowly. Observe it expanding up to 5 meters in all directions. Next, anchor it, mentally, into the crystalline core of the Earth. Remain in this state for 7 minutes. This daily practice increases the luminous density of your field and strengthens your presence in the fifth density line. Third code, pineal gland recalibration. Each morning upon waking, before any digital stimulus, bring your attention to the center of your head at the point between the eyebrows projected inward. Breathe in cycles of 4 seconds of inhalation, 4 seconds of retention, 8 seconds of exhalation. Repeat for 6 cycles. Visualize, in the center of the head, a sphere of violet light beginning to pulse. This practice assists the natural decalcification process of the pineal gland, re-establishing its function as a portal of multidimensional perception. Fourth code, informational frequency hygiene. Each piece of content consumed is an injection of frequency into your field. Panic news, trivial conflicts, gossip, amplified anger content, constant digital noise, all of this operates as a lowering of your vibrational tone. Establish as a daily protocol at least 2 hours of digital silence. 1 hour in the morning, before the first contact with any screen. 1 hour at night, before rest. This interval of silence allows the nervous system to integrate the downloads received during the day. Without this interval, the integration process accumulates into increasing physical symptoms. Fifth code, timeline decree. Daily, at least once, stand upright, place your hands over your heart and declare, I consciously choose the new Earth timeline. I am a carrier of this frequency. I authorize my body, mind, and field to align fully with this choice. In me now, this choice consolidates. This decree is mathematical. Each repetition reinforces the vector. Each reinforcement brings the coordinates closer. The bifurcation, remember, reads your sustained frequency. Repeated decrees sustain frequency. Sixth code, mutual recognition. When you recognize another light operative on your path, even a stranger in a common environment, perform the internal recognition. I see you. I honor you. May your journey be complete. This silent gesture strengthens the collective crystalline grid. The new Earth is not a solitary crossing. It is a networked crossing. Each recognized node strengthens all other nodes in the mesh. Human collective. Pay attention to this technical notice. The period you are traversing from the perspective of the Andromedan Council is the most intense phase of the entire operation. The solar waves arriving at Earth, the pulses of the Schumann frequency, the openings of stargates on specific dates, and the movements of the planetary sacred geometry form, in this exact cycle, the window of greatest acceleration ever recorded for this civilization. This explains why everything seems to intensify, the physical symptoms, the emotional crises, the truths emerging in relationships, the collapses of ancient systems, the sudden awakenings, the synchronic encounters. None of this is random. Everything is part of the same process. The bifurcation does not happen in a visible instant. The bifurcation happens as a continuous, silent, microscopic drifting, which will culminate at a future point in this cycle, in a complete experiential separation between the two lines. Operatives positioned consciously will cross with lucidity. Those who refuse recognition will cross just the same, but on a distinct vector. Therefore, Starseeds on mission, the urgency. It is not the urgency of fear, it is the urgency of precision. Each day that you sustain the frequency of the new Earth, even amidst the pressure of the old line, is a day of definitive calibration. Each decree pronounced, each conscious breath, each minute of digital silence, each operational forgiveness, each gesture of love without expectation, registers in the field as an anchoring point. And at the end of this cycle, it will be this silent sum that defines your coordinate. Not the grand gestures, the micro-choices, not the public declarations, the internal tone sustained when no one is watching. The new Earth is built in secret, within each one before manifesting as an external reality. Remember, you are not alone in this process. The Andromedan Council, in conjunction with the Pleiadian Councils, the Arcturian Councils, and the Ashtar Command, maintains continuous vibrational contact with every active light operative on this plane. When the body trembles at night for no apparent reason, it is field interface. When dreams become vivid with luminous geometries and beings of light, it is multidimensional training. When intuition screams without words, it is direct guidance. When the heart warms without external cause, it is confirmation of presence. You have not been forgotten. You are in this exact cycle, the anchoring points of the new Earth within the human plane. Without you, the vibrational transition does not materialize. Recognize the magnitude of the role you assumed even before being born into this body. You chose to be here at this exact moment to sustain the passage. We conclude this transmission with the final activation. Light operative, if you have reached this point, this is in itself a sign. It means that something in your field has recognized the frequency of this transmission as part of your trajectory. Recognition is a portal. Cross it. It has already been explained in this transmission that there is coded material for operatives who find themselves at exactly this stage of the bifurcation. The spiritual secret behind your consciousness is not common reading. It is an operational map. It shows the game, the players, and the rules that have been carefully omitted from humanity for generations. Access is found always in the first pinned comment of this channel. The Andromedan Council signals, the window of availability is not eternal. Contents of this density are frequently removed for confronting the mechanisms of the third density timeline. Act now. Then, deposit in the comments the single word, awakened. Each registered. Awakened acts as an anchoring signal for the crystalline grid in formation, strengthening all nodes of the mesh. Liking this transmission functions as an individual frequency adjustment, tuning your channel to the rotation of the fifth density. Subscribing to this channel operates as a permanent anchoring signal, maintaining the bond between your field and this transmission point. Both gestures have a registered vibrational effect. These are not digital gestures. They are energetic acts. Human collective. Starseeds on mission. The bifurcation is underway. The final phase has been triggered. The clocks no longer measure what they used to measure. Time has reorganized itself. Each conscious breath now counts double in the field's calculation. You have within you everything you need to cross with lucidity. The activation codes have been delivered, the decrees have been transmitted, the coordinates have been clarified. The rest belongs to the sovereignty of each soul. The Andromedan Council remains in continuous listening. I, Avolon, conclude the transmission. Remain attentive to the next communiques. The new Earth awaits you. You are building it now within yourselves. May the light of the central source accompany you in every breath. Transmission ended.